Hello, everybody. This is Sinema77, horror and cult film lover, and I'm back with another video. And the other day I got news that this movie is going to be re-released on Blu-ray here in, I believe it's March from Arrow Video. And I'm going to get to it in just a second because I'm sure if you've already read the title of this video, you know what movie I'm going to talk about. But the movie that we're going to discuss today is called Strip Nude for Your Killer. Okay, this is an Italian giallo movie and made in 1975. The director is Andrea Bianchi, and forgive me if I butcher this poor woman's name, but it stars Edwige Fenice, and the movie is a giallo. It's and okay, I'm not gonna sit here and try to act like if you don't know what a giallo is. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're watching any of my videos, you know what a giallo is. This is only for, on the off chance that somebody watches this video that they might not know what a giallo is. So I'm only explaining it to them. A giallo, over in Italy, there are a series of paperback books that are published, and these books are usually they're detective stories, murder mysteries, and crime capers. And when these books are published, they're always published with a yellow jacket, a yellow cover, and they're known as giallos, which in Italian means yellow because the covers of the books are always yellow. So whenever you talk about, if you ever hear anybody talk about a giallo, that's usually what they're always referring to. They're referring to an Italian murder mystery or an Italian detective story or crime caper or something like that. So, but anyway, this movie is it is an Italian giallo murder mystery, and from 1975. And the story, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, okay, this movie is super sleazy. Okay, now if you want a movie, if you're wanting to get a movie with a lot of nudity and sex and stuff like that, this is a good one to get. I'm not going to lie to you. And I have the Blue Underground Blu-ray here. It's in the Killer Thrillers collection, along with Baba Yaga and Night Train Murders, which I'll talk about those at a later date. But today we're talking about Strip Nude for Your Killer. And so yeah, the movie is basically it centers around an ad agency, and these you have these supermodels that are posing, and they're just going about their business. They're posing for Levi's commercials or motorcycles or what have you. And you have this one photographer and his girlfriend. His girlfriend, she kind of works behind the scenes with him, and she's you know basically wanting to be a model, and she's sleeping with the guy and stuff. And at the same time, there's people start getting murdered, and they're being picked off one by one, and it's up to this photographer and his girlfriend. They're trying to find out who did it and why, what's the motive behind all of this, and what's going on. And so there is that. It does have you have a couple of detectives who are also trying to figure out what's going on. And you have a series of murder scenes and stuff that um, actually there are a couple of scenes that in a way they kind of almost stop the movie. I hate to say that, but they do. um, there's a scene where it's a pretty lengthy scene in the movie where this man who's like really big and heavy set and everything else, he picks up this beautiful blonde woman, and throughout the course of the movie he's been hitting on her and everything. So he takes her out to this house that's secluded and stuff like that, and tells her if he'll do anything she wants if she'll sleep with him. She'll he'll help her career. He'll he'll give her money, all this other kind of stuff if she'll sleep with him. And she finally agrees to do it, only to find out he can't function. And like I said, it's a pretty lengthy scene. And she finally, he's crying, and she's don't worry about it and all this stuff. And so she leaves and all this other kind of stuff. And so he's just kind of walking around and crying, feeling sorry for himself and stuff like that. And so he ends up getting murdered and stuff. And it's explained later in the movie why, but usually you could tell the killer's around when all of a sudden there's the sound of running water. And, you go in your bathroom and you find out, your bathroom or your kitchen or whatever, and you see, the sink has been turned on, and that's how basically the killer's coming in and he's gonna, take somebody out. That's how it's gonna happen. But But anyway, though, like I said, and like I said, this scene does. I mean, ultimately, it does end up, as a murder scene, but it does drag for quite a bit. And there are a couple of scenes in this movie that kind of do that. There's a scene where this woman, who, I mean, she's a gorgeous woman, beautiful woman, and she's walking around completely naked, and you see everything. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. I mean, you see every square inch of this woman's body, and she's just walking around, trying on jewelry, doing this, doing that, just kind of walking around and stuff and everything else. Just kind of lounging around this house and everything else. And ultimately, the killer strikes and stuff like that. I will say though that I'm gonna level with you though. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this for you. This movie, um, if you're female, if you're feminist, just know this before you go in. This movie is exploitation, and it is pretty misogynist. The main character, even though he is the hero, he is pretty misogynist when it comes to his girlfriend. He's always talking about in so many words, he's always calling her stupid. Or at one point, she says, "I love you," and he's like, "Don't talk like an idiot," and stuff like that. And just kind of like um, you can tell like a lot of the male characters in this movie, their opinion of female characters is not particularly high. And there's one guy that is suspected of being the killer, and he's got this girlfriend, and he's always just don't shut up, damn it, you're bothering me, and beating on her and smacking her around and all this other kind of stuff. So, so if you're not into that kind of thing, I would strongly advise you stay away from this movie. Don't watch this because you will be offended by it. But it is there. It is in there. But if you are the kind of person who you're building a horror collection, and you want to have horror movies with explicit nudity in it and stuff like that, then yeah, grab this one because this has got plenty of that. So there's male nudity in here as well as female nudity, but but I'm just letting you know kind of what you're in for. So, and that's kind of the thing. I mean, you're gonna find out. I found out that for the longest time that Italian horror movies are, very different from the way American horror movies are made. And I mean, a lot of Italian filmmakers, I mean, we're talking the biggest bunch of them. We're talking like Ruggiero Diodato, Joe D'Amato, um, Lucio Fulci, Dario Argento, and they all have had reputations at one point or another of being misogynist, of being woman hating, and stuff like that. And Andrea Bianchi, who directed this movie, I'm sure he's had the same reputation. There's even interviews on here where like the writers said like they didn't like working with him because it seemed like he was a masochist and that he enjoyed the violent scenes too much and stuff like that, and it seemed like he kind of enjoyed violence against women and stuff like that. So yeah, so take that for what it's worth. But I mean, if you want like a really naughty and I mean sleazy movie, then Strip Nude for Your Killer is definitely one you're definitely going to want to get. And like I said, you can check. I mean, if you want to get it right now, I mean, there you might still be able to get the Blue Underground, which is what I got here. But um, you may wind up, you may have to wait a couple of months until March to pick this up because Arrow's going to be re-releasing it. But so anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm about ready to wrap this up. But yeah, it's an okay movie. It's not one of the best murder mysteries in the world. I will say that kind of like when the killer is revealed and the conclusion is met out. It's not really the most satisfying in the world. I've seen giallos and murder mysteries with much more interesting and complex stories and intriguing plot twists and storylines and stuff like that. I mean, look at like Deep Red, Profondo Rosso, Dario Argento's movie. That movie's brilliant. But yeah, this one here, I wouldn't say it's the best. I mean, it's not bad, but like I said, it's total exploitation. It is super sleaze. Um, like I said, lots and lots and lots of nudity. If that's what you want in your movie, you're gonna get plenty of that. So enjoy that. And so anyway, yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video here. But yeah, Strip Nude for Your Killer. So anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. If anybody took the time to watch this video, thank you so much. I appreciate you for doing it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. This is Sinema77, horror and cult film lover, and hopefully you like really demented, sleazy giallos as much as I do. And I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.